So in the 17th verse, Krishna was saying, Jnanam Jneyam Jnanagamyam Hridi Sarvasya Vishthitam. Jnanam, Jneyam and Jnanagamyam, all three are to be synchronized with respect to our comprehension of Brahman. Jnanam. Jnanam is that knowledge which one has that I am Brahman. The Brahman awareness. The Brahman awareness is that. Jneyam. Jneyam is that Brahman which has to be known. And Jnanagamyam. It is to be attained. Gamyam, it is to be reached or attained by the presence or via the Brahmakara Vritti. All these three, the knowledge that I am Brahman, when this knowledge is there, then this awareness, along with this awareness, the Brahmakara Vritti also transpires, Jnanagamyam, and that is, it comes to know the Jneyam, the Brahman. So, the Brahmakara Vritti makes Brahman its field, or so to say, its object. Not that it is an object, so to say. Or so to say, it is subject of operations. Instead of using the word object, we can say Brahman is its subject of operations. So all the three coalesce, and when they do so coalesce, then the knowledge awareness of Brahman is transpiring. This is called Nididhyasana in Vedantic terminology. Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana. And in Nididhyasana is said to be the practice of Nididhyasana is only Brahma Vidya. Remember this. Not the study of Vedanta. Not the study of the ability to maintain Brahmakara Vritti. This ability is said to be, and it is said to be Brahma Vidya. So the maintaining this Brahmakara Vritti is said to be Brahma Vidya, because at that time this Vritti has made Brahman its subject of operations and has synchronized with the character and nature of Brahman, and as a result of it, it is Brahman aware. It is Brahman aware. And where does all this transpire? Hridi Sarvasya Vishthitam. All these three which is mentioned there, Jnanam, Jneyam, Jnanagamyam, is found in the Hridaya Guha, called as Buddhi Guha. Hridaya Guha, the word is, it means the cave of the heart. Buddhi Guha also means the cave of the intellect, which means one and the same thing. So it is there in your own, the innermost heart of yours, that is there, and in that cave of your heart, there is an Akasha. There is an Akasha. And just like the Mahakasha outside, so here also there is the Akasha here. The Brahma Akasha is there. And in that Akasha, maintain this awareness. So when your eyes get closed, and when you are becoming aware of the Brahman within yourself, at that time it is said you have entered the Hridaya Guha or the Buddhi Guha, the cave of your heart, or the cave, you have entered there. And like a cave, it is dark indeed. There is nothing there at the moment. But there is, as if there is a space there. As if there is a space there. Now maintain your focused attention there with total awareness, without being disturbed. Then at this point, the Brahmakara Vritti is there, and it has made Brahman its subject of operations. And all these three are found where? Where is a place? The place of experience of Brahman? It is there only in the Hridaya Guha, Buddhi Guha. That's the place where you will have to experience Brahman. So therefore, in order to do so, you have to enter the Buddhi Guha, the cave of your heart. So having entered the cave of your heart, now maintain this awareness. This is a mystic secret, a mystic truth rather. And the whole spiritual way to liberation or moksha is based here, based in this. In an undisturbed manner, very peacefully and calmly, get in touch with or get in tune with Brahman, which is there in the cave of your heart. Become aware of Brahman silently and peacefully. And thus, in doing so, the Brahmakara Vritti is being maintained by you. And this Brahmakara Vritti has made Brahman its subject to object of operations. It has synchronized itself with the very nature of Brahman itself. And now you have become Brahman aware. Jneyam. Jneya Vastu, which is Brahman, you have become Brahman aware. Just like when you see a pot, you become pot aware. So here also you have become Brahman aware. Maintain this until the Brahman Anubhava experience transpires. So this is what he says. So that is why the scriptures say, Manasa eva anudrishtavyam. Manasa eva anudrishtavyam. It has to be seen by the mind. Manasa eva anudrishtavyam. Hridaya guhame, in the cave of your heart, anudrishtavyam. Having, with the help of the teachings which has been given to you that I am Brahman, with that, Manasa eva, with the Brahmakara Vritti. With the Brahmakara Vritti, may you try to perceive it. Drishtavyam, may you try to perceive it. Manasa eva idam aptavyam. It is to be attained or attained by Manasa eva, by this mind itself. By this mind itself. With the help of its Brahmakara Vritti, it is to be obtained or attained. So the scriptures, in both of these, are scriptural statements. So therefore the scriptures confirm this knowledge and understanding which has been mentioned. And Hridi also he says Buddhi Guhaya. Hridi means Buddhi Guhaya. And in the Buddhi Guhaya, what do you see? We said Akasha. The same Avyakrita Akasha. Avyakrita Akasha is there in the Buddhi Guha. So in that Avyakrita Akasha, there only Brahman is to be perceived there. So like in an Akasha where there is nothing, Akasha is Shunya. There is nothing there in the Akasha. No other thing is there in the Brahma Akasha, in the Akasha around. So Avyakrita Akasha, not Vyakrita, Avyakrita Akasha, wherein there is nothing there. So in that Akasha, in the cave of your heart, you got to enter there and abide there and try to perceive the Brahman there. So in this state, this I am Brahman, this awareness is continuing. Aham, I am Brahman. This awareness is continuing in this state. Then all this which he has mentioned from the earlier verse, now he concludes it. This section is being concluded in the verse number 18. Idi chetram tata jnanam jneyam cha uktam samasatah mat bhaktah edat vijnaya mat bhavaya upapadyate. Thus idi chetram, thus iti, in this manner, chetram, the chetram which has been mentioned, the chetram, the field, tata jnanam, also the knowledge which has been said, jneyam, that which has to be known, which is Brahman, that also had been mentioned, jneyam, cha uktam samasaka, all this has been briefly mentioned. Mat bhaktaha, so my devotee, mat bhaktaha, my devotee, edat vijnaya, having known these, edat, having known what? All these three, chetram, jnanam, and jneyam, that which has to be known, having known this, mat bhavaya upapadyate, he attains to my nature. Mat bhavaya. So here, wherever the word my is used by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, he refers to the Brahman there within him. He attains to the Brahman nature which is within me is the same Brahman nature which is within you. That's what he means. So my, whenever he uses me or mine or I, it refers to the Brahman. He doesn't refer to Mr. Krishna. But There it is to be understood as Brahman within him. It's the same Brahman which is within you too. So mat bhavaya upapadyate. Idi chetram, thus chetram. So what is the chetram which he has, the field which he has mentioned? He had mentioned the outside field, from Mahat Tattva onwards, from Mahat Ityadi. He had mentioned the field and the elements, Mahat Tattva, all the Shariram, etc. All this he had mentioned. This is the field. Tata Jnanam, the Jnanam also he had mentioned. The Jnanam knowledge that I am Brahman. And Jnana, and also Jnana Sadhana also. Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, Shantir, Ardham, those 20 factors which he has mentioned. Jnana Sadhanam. Jnayam also, that is which is Brahman indeed, that which has to be known. That which has to be known, which is Brahman. This is the entire spiritual life is based on this understanding of the Jnayam. If you miss this, you miss everything. Because that is the divine, that is which has to be understood by every person, every seeker. The nature of this Brahman. What is Brahman? What is Brahman? So this is the inquiry, Brahma Jijna, Brahma Vidya, Brahma Jijnasa. This is the beginning of the understanding of and the practice and the living of true religion. It is this Brahma Vidya. So Jnayam. So everything hinges on this understanding. Everything hinges. And all this has been briefly mentioned. Mat Bhakta, my devotee. Now who is that Mat Bhakta? So in the 12th chapter of the Gita, he uses the word, yes, he concludes it by saying, Yetu dharmyam amrutam idam yada uktam paryupasate shraddha dana mat parama bhaktaha te ativa me priyaha. Parama me bhaktaha te. Chapter 12, verse number 20.
Last.
That's a conclusion. And he mentioned who a bhakta is. Now it's remarkable, the entire 12th chapter is a description of this bhakta. And what is real bhakti yoga is mentioned there. It is not a traditional understanding of what bhakti is, but it has a totally different meaning in the Gita. So here also, what he mentions as bhakti, what he mentions here as bhakti is, it has got following many features in there. It has many features. And the principal and one of the foremost feature is the feeling that Ananya Bhakti, I and Bhagavan, the Lord and I, are none different. I am the Lord, and the Lord is in me, and I am in the Lord. We are one, we are not two. We are inseparably one. This understanding is said to be bhakti. And this is the only bhakti. Of course, we use the word para bhakti and apara bhakti. There is no apara bhakti at all. This is bhakti. Simple bhakti. This is bhakti. The feeling of oneness with God. Loving adoration of God. Loving adoration of God. And feeling that oneness with God is said to be bhakti. Loving adoration, loving devotion of God is said to be bhakti. Then he says, what are the features of this bhakti? In this feature, one of the other features which is mentioned in the 12th chapter is mat karma krit. Do all actions. Do all actions. And dedicate all actions unto me. Mat karma krit. Dedicate all your actions unto me. So perform all your ordained duties. All your ordained duties are to be lovingly performed as ordained by God unto you. That is your karma. That is your prarabdha karma. So whatever duties which have come your way, daily duties which have come your way, your daily karmas which have come your way, those karmas are to be done lovingly and devotedly, and dedicate all those actions as an offering, as a worship unto the Lord. This is, so karma, the performing karmas in this manner is said to be bhakti, devotion. Devotedly you are performing. This is called puja. People use the word puja, the worship. This is the real worship, wherein all your actions are done as a puja or like a puja in a dedicated manner, perfectly and lovingly and very well. And these actions are done which come your way as you get up in the morning. Your actions will begin to flowing one after the other. That is your prarabdha karma for the day. And then those actions, just take it and do it, dedicatedly do it as an offering, as a puja unto the Lord. This is the real karma yoga in operation. This is karma yoga in operation. And in this, the puja is taking place, the worship is taking place. The worship of the Lord is taking place, and therefore mat bhaktaha. Therefore you are the devotee of God. Because He has assigned you this work, and you are doing it without any resistance, willingly, not unwillingly, not with reluctance, not grudgingly, but you are performing these actions in this manner. By this process, what happens is chitta shuddhi, a purification of your mind and mind structure will take place. That's the main thing. So mat bhakta. Then he says the next component of mat bhakta is, he's mentioning this in the 12th chapter, he's mentioning it very specifically. From the verse number 13 till the verse 20th, he is also talking of various other virtues which have to be cultivated. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna yevacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukka sukhihi shami. From the 13th to the 20th verse, he is enumerating various other virtues which have to be jnana sadhana, as he mentioned, which have to be cultivated. Adveshta sarvabhutanam, having no hatred towards any beings. Mitra bhavana, you are friendly with everybody. Mitra bhavana, you got a friendly attitude towards one and all. You are not hostile to anybody. Karuna yevacha, and you are compassionate. Karuna is there. Nirmama, without any mamakara, ahankara. And kshamihi, you are forgiving the faults, you are forgiving the faults of others. So in this manner, these virtues, and more virtues are being enumerated from 13th, 14th till the 20th verse. All of these, the practice and the cultivation of these virtues is said to be jnana sadhana. And that particular spiritual aspirant who is a mumukshu, who is said to be a bhakta, when he cultivates this, he is said to be a bhakta. Not anybody else. Not anybody else. Hey, this is the real bhakta. So this is a third component. First was feeling a oneness with God. Second was doing all your actions. Doing all your actions dedicatedly as a worship. As a worship it is done. As a puja it is done. And thirdly, cultivating these virtues. These virtues. Jnana sadhana, which is mentioned in the 13th, but in the 12th it is mentioned in another way. So all these. And then the fourth is the jnanam, maintaining the brahmakara vritti. All these put together is said to be, the one who does this is said to be a bhakta. He is the only bhakta there, the true devotee of God. So that is why elsewhere he is jnani tu atma me madam. The jnani who is able to maintain this atman awareness. What to speak of? He is me, he is myself. I don't consider him different. He is me. I and he are one. So in this manner, so mat bhakta, so such a person is said to be a bhakta, a devotee. Edat vijnaya mat bhavaya upapadyate. Edat vijnaya. So having edat, all this which has been mentioned, what are the things which have been mentioned? Chetram, the feel, jnanam, the knowledge, and the jnana sadhana, all this, jnanam, jnayam, that Brahman which has to be known, etat, vijnaya, having understood this, mat bhavaya upapadyate, and living by this, mat bhavaya upapadyate, he attains to my nature. So he attains to my nature means my nature as Brahman. My nature as Brahman, he attains to it. So that is why it says, Brahmavid Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman verily becomes Brahman. Verily it becomes Brahma son, being Brahman already. Brahma son, being already Brahman. Now you know that you are Brahman. You're already Brahman. But unfortunately, avidya has come and parda laga diya. The curtain has been put, the veil has been put. The veil has been put. And because the veil has been put, you are not able to see it. The covering was there. That is why in all the temples, before you have the darshan for the primary worship, they cover it and they remove the veil. You see? So that you can have the darshan. And this truth happened in the life of Jesus. This truth happened, even the Christians don't understand this. It happened in the life of Jesus. When Jesus was crucified, and when he was crucified at that time, at that very moment, so when you get crucified, then the crucifixion is, what it happens is, the jiva nasha, the death of the jiva, the death of the jiva, the death of the individual. And the individual was the parda. Individual was the veil, the curtain which veiled you from your God nature. So that was the parda, the veil. And it is said that when Jesus was crucified, which symbolically means that the individuality got crucified. When you lose your individuality, then you realize your divine nature.
He became Brahman.
Yes, he became. You see? And this fact was symbolized at that same instant. It is said the curtain in the church, in the temple, the curtain in the temple, it tore apart. People couldn't understand why. Why that curtain tore apart? The curtain, because that is the veil, symbolically indicated. And at the same time, the earth rumbled. The earth trembled and rumbled. Now what does it mean? When the earth trembles and rumbles, that means the whole earth is collapsing. The whole earth is collapsing. And what does that mean? The whole universe is becoming shunya. The collapse of the universe. The collapse of the universe. Collapse of the universe within yourself. That's what it all symbolized. The church has not taught. This is the truth. So therefore, mat bhavaya upapadyate. The veil gets torn asunder, right? And then the parda nikal gaya. And then you experience your oneness with Brahma. Then, now the next verse is a very intriguing verse. The entire structure and the basis of Vedanta is there in the next verse. Prakritim purusham chaiva viddhi anadi ubau ape. Vikaramscha gunamscha chaiva viddhi prakriti sambhavan. Prakritim purusham chaiva viddhi. May you know, may you understand. Prakriti, nature. Prakriti, purusham. Prakriti and Purusha. These are two precise words which are used there. The Sankhya system uses these two words. Vedanta also, these two words are used. Prakriti. Another word for Prakriti in the Vedantic terminology is Maya. Purusham. The word Purusham is used. So Purusham is another word for Chetrajna. Chetrajna. And the word Purusha is also used because of two reasons. Purushayanat Purnatvat Purusha. Purishayanat. Puri, this body is said to be a Puri. The person who is abiding in this body is said to be Purusha. Is said to be Purusha. He is a Chetrajna, the one who is abiding. Just like the king who is abiding in the palace. The palace and the king who is abiding there. It's meant for somebody to abide, to live. So here also, Chetra, the field, this body is the field, and the one who abides here is said to be Purusha. Chetrajna is said to be Purusha. And what type of Purusha he is? Purushayanati, he abides in this Puri. This is a Brahma Puri. This Chetra is said to be the Brahma Puri. Why is it called the Brahma Puri? Because Brahman is here and this is where the Brahman experience will take place. This is where. And to be more precise, where? Hridaya Guhaya. Within this In the Hridaya Guhayam, the divine experience will take place. Therefore, it is called Brahmapuri. So, and this this Purusha, who is this Purusha, Purnatva. Purushanat Purnatva. And he is Purnam. He is Paripurnam. Paripurna means this Purusha is self-complete. Self-complete. Remember this. It is Purnam. Antapurnam, Bahishpurnam. It is Purnam within, Purnam outside, Purnam in every sense of the term. It is Paripurnam. Parisamantat Purnam. It is Purnam. That it is Purnam means, another word for Purnam is self-complete. Self-complete. Now, what is it that everyone wishes to be? Tell me. Everyone, every individual wants to be. Why? Why?
Because himself is paripurna.
He is self-complete. The Brahman is self-complete. Now, as a jiva, what are you?
Incomplete.
Exactly, you are incomplete. As a jiva, you are incomplete. So, when you attain this Brahman nature, you are self-complete. And this self-complete nature and state is what is referred to as God. So, we have to re-explain the entire religion in this manner. You are the theme and the subject matter of religion. Keep that also in mind. You are the theme. It is talking about your Purnatva nature, not of somebody else. You may not be interested in somebody else, but if it is yours, you are interested. You may or may not want God, but you certainly want yourself. You certainly want your Purnatva. Leave God alone. It's wonderful that God is perfect and wonderful and all that. What about me? What about me? I also should be like that. Then everything is okay. So therefore, Purushaha Purnam. Prakritim Purushaiva Vidhi Anadi Ubau Api. Both are said to be Anadi. Anadi means they have no beginning. They have no beginning. Purusha and Prakriti. They are self-existent. They have been existing. They have been existing. Without a beginning. Without a beginning.
So Swami, this Purush, as you said, is Kshetrajna.
Is
actually another synonymous Atma also?
Yes. Brahman, Atma, Kshetrajna, Purusha. These are all synonymous words. Now the Kshetrajna, when the Kshetrajna becomes a Jiva Bhava, he has got a problem. When he loses the Jiva Bhava and attains to the Brahma Bhava, his problem is over. Then he is truly the Kshetrajna. So therefore the Kshetrajna, the knower of the Kshetra, one is as the Jiva, you are also the knower of the field. But there is another Kshetrajna who is the true nature Kshetrajna, who is the Sakshi, the Kutastha Chaitanya. That is the real Kshetrajna. And that is Brahman. And that is the Atman. And you have to discover that. Because you don't know that. You have missed that experience. You have missed him. And you have got caught as a Jiva. You are now behaving as a Jiva. Can we use the word you are misbehaving as a Jiva? That is more correct. You are misbehaving because of a wrong identification.
Association with the body.
Association with an undesirable thing. As a result of it, you are misbehaving. So here also the same thing has happened. Same thing has happened. You got associated with the Kshetra. Since you got associated with the Kshetra, you have now become a Jiva. The Kshetrajna has now become a Jiva. The Jiva who is also a knower. So you want to discover the real knower. When you discover the real knower as Kshetrajna, your problem is over. So therefore, this has to be Ubhavapi Anadihi. They are both said to be Anadi, without a beginning. Without a beginning. Now we are going to understand this. How? In what way? How both of them are Anadi. One is the Prakriti, the other is the Purusha. Now we'll get back to a little bit of Vedantic knowledge. Prakriti, another word for Prakriti is Maya. Is Maya. Another word for Purusha is Brahman. Purusha means Atman or Brahman. Now, according to Vedanta, there are said to be six anadi padarthas. Six, not two, six. Six. And they go together. First is Brahman. First anadi is Brahman, which has always existed. Brahman. If Brahman exists all the time, then the next thing which exists all the time is said to be Maya. Maya. The second thing which exists. So this is the second anadi, Maya. Where does now the difference is here. Maya means Maya Shakti. Remember this, Maya Shakti. Maya, being a Shakti, has no independent and separate existence. It has its ashraya in Brahman. This Maya Shakti has its ashraya in Brahman. Ashraya means locus. The example is magician and his magical power. Magical power has its locus in the magician. And due to their sambandha, what happens? The show goes on. So now one thing is very clear. Due to the sambandha, Brahman and Maya, creation takes place. The show. So sambandha is the third factor. Third anadi. Dono ka sambandha. Without this sambandha, it can't. So now something very interesting. This sambandha or connection, sambandha means connection. This connection between Maya and Brahman is said to be Nitya Sambandha. It is an eternal Sambandha. You can't break it. It is a Nitya Sambandha. That is why it is said marriages are not to be broken. Nitya Sambandha hai. Nitya Sambandha hai. So Brahman and Maya have got a Nitya Sambandha. So this is the third factor. Then because of this Nitya Sambandha, something else happens. Brahman's connection with Maya brings about Ishvara automatically. That's the fourth one. Brahman's Shuddha Maya. You can put it as Shuddha Maya. Shuddha Maya's sambandha or connection with Brahman brings about Ishvara. So when Ishvara also comes in, now this is also automatic. At the same time, it's happening. So Nitya Ishvara. Ishvaratva is always there. For Ishvara, Ishvaratva is always there. Because he is the sambandha is eternal. And as a result of Ishvara is there, he is also eternal.
And it is logical.
It is logical.
Connection will result into something.
Into something. So this is the fourth anadi, which has no beginning, Nitya. So because of this Nitya Sambandha, there is an Ishvara, and Ishvaratva of the Ishvara is automatically there. This is with respect to Brahman's Sambandha or connection with Shuddha Maya. Now, Ashuddha Maya, or Malina Sattva, Ashuddha Maya is said to be Malina Sattva, and Shuddha Maya is said to be Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Maya is said to be Shuddha Sattva, pure Sattva, whereas Sattva Guna is the main thing. It is all Sattva there. It is all Sattva. As a result of the fact that it is all Sattva, therefore Ishvaratva is there. As we are all knowing, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktiman, etc. The all-knower, omniscient, omnipresent, everything is there for the Ishvara. Now, from Malina Sattva, so naturally, the Jiva transpires. So Jiva is also Nitya Jiva. You see, he is also an Anadi Padartha. He is also an Anadi. Malina Sattva. Put it as Malina Sattva. Malina Sattva is wherein the Rajas and Tamoguna is predominant. Malina Sattva means the Rajas and the Tamas is predominant. So this is the fifth one. When these five are there, automatically the sixth sambandha also takes place. What is the sixth one? The connection between the Jiva and Ishvara. Connection between the Jiva and Ishvara. You need Ishvara's grace. You need Ishvara's kripa. Grace means kripa. So all the worship which people do is only done to Ishvara. For Ishvara kripa. That's why the word Ishvara kripa is used. Now all these 6 is said to be anadi. Now is it clear? This is the total basis and the essence of the entire Vedantic knowledge. We have got che anadis, 6 anadis. We'll once again enumerate them briefly. First is Brahman. Second is Maya. The third is Brahman Maya Sambandha connection. Third. Fourth is Brahman's connection, on account of the Brahman's connection with Maya, Ishvara transpires with Ishvaratva. 4. And then Brahman's connection with Malina Sattva aspect of Maya, you may call it even Avidya. Malina Sattva is Avidya, you may call it even Avidya. So with respect to this you get Jiva. And then when Jiva and Ishvara is there, the connection which exists between Ishvara and Jiva. So why should there be a connection? Because Ishvara is the one who is the Lord of the universe, and Jiva is the one who is
revolving around
in the universe, helplessly revolving
in troublesome state.
In a troublesome state. Therefore, to get out of this state, he needs the grace of Ishvara. Therefore, they have a connection. These are 6 anadi padartha. Therefore, after enlightenment, only one is left. That is Brahman, which is Anadi Ananta. Anadi Ananta. And
other 5 are not Anant.
Other 5 are Ananta. So after...
No, Anadi, but not Anant.
Not Ananta. Other 5 are not Ananta. They will disappear. They will all... they have played their game and will all disappear. All the other 5. After you have experienced God or become experienced Brahman, there is no Maya, that is no Avidya, right? No Jiva, no Ishvara, till then there was Ishvara. Now Ishvara's job is done. Mera kaam to ban gaya. So Ishvara knows I have my work is finished with respect to this one individual. With this one individual, my work is over. But he has got so many other individuals, that is separate. But with respect to this one, it's over. Kaam ban gaya.
Ishvara exists, but not for him.
Not for him. That is why when a girl is given in marriage, they say, now it is his problem. Oh, ho gaya, I am hands off. Hands off. So, either be. So, Ishvara. So, Ishvara also. So, Jiva is no more. So, only Brahman alone is left. This is the Rahasya. The whole basis of our knowledge, spiritual knowledge of India is based on this. So, Prakritim Purusham Chaiva, Anadi, Ubhavapi, both are said to be Anadi. Briefly, he has mentioned this. Everything else will fall into this. You see? By stating that Purusha and Prakriti, everything else gets joined. Everything else gets joined together, fits into place. Everything else fits into place. So, we are not talking of 2 different things. We are not talking of 1, we are not talking of 2. You see? There is no question of 1 or there is no question of 2. Prakritim Purusham he has mentioned. He has mentioned Prakriti and Purusha. And the word Maya has been used for Prakriti. Mayam tu Prakritim Vidyar, Mayinam tu Maheshwaram. Mayam tu Prakritim Vidhi. Prakriti is said to be Maya, which itself should indicate to you that it is not 2. The question of 2 doesn't arise. And since Ishvara is also there in the picture, in this thing, so Ishvara is there as Ishvara to bring about the universe. So he is there at the same time. When this is there, automatically Ishvara's Ishvaratva is there to bring about the creation. Otherwise it's a blind creation. If Ishvara was not there, the entire creation would be blind. For the Jiva too, the coming of the Jiva too, the Jiva also takes place, not arbitrarily. Purva Janmaka Kriya, the karmas which are done according to the previous lifetime, his karmas are being executed in this life, and the ones before that, the one before that, and the one before that. So all that put together is bringing about this. Then at the time of Pralaya, then what about that? Then at the time of Pralaya, before that too, in Bija Bhava, Ankura, Bija Nyaya, just like the seed and the sprout, Ankura, Bija. So like that, the entire creation and dissolution has been taken on from Anadi time onwards. There is no beginning for this. Timeless, it has been coming, this process has been coming. And the Ishvara is also there, all through, to bring about this creation. The Jiva was also there, all through. One Jiva goes, another comes. Goes on and on. So the whole process is an eternal operation. So the operations which are going on in the universe is an eternal operation. And Bhagavan's existence is also eternal. The first time when I heard this from my Guru, this two parallel tracks, they are as if it is two parallel tracks, isn't it? One track on the level of creation, one track. The other track, Brahman, two parallel tracks. So there is not a question of Dvaita, but this is how the whole setup is. When you understand the six anadi padarthas, six anadi things, all this will automatically fall into place. So logical. So it's moving like that. So we are not talking about Advaita or duality or Dvaita. None of that. So this is the whole rahasya here, which he has very gently brought out here, Lord Krishna. Then we will
small query.
We will continue with this tomorrow. Yes. Carry on. What is your question?